So many books. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is the video that you've probably been waiting a while for because it's like November 6th and I have not come out with my TBR for November yet. I had my pile ready. I just didn't get to filming. Like, I don't know. Well, I was waiting on one book, but other than that, I literally had my TBR pile sitting there for forever, and I was like, I just want to post a picture on Instagram and tell the whole world all the amazing books that I'm gonna read, but I didn't have the video ready. So, we're making it today, and it will probably go up tomorrow, even though it shouldn't go up until Friday, but I want you guys to have this before half of November is gone, right? Like, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I don't even know how many books I have this month. I have 10 books this month. I am probably not going to get to all, well, actually, it's Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have a whole week off from Thanksgiving, but I don't know if you guys know yet, but I am going to be doing 25 days of Christmas videos here on my channel. So actually, I might not be able to get to all of these because I'm gonna start like pre-filming and planning all my videos in order to get them all up in December. And there's gonna be some book tags and a lot of cool other things. So I'm super excited about that. But I do have 10 books. I literally just want to read all of these right now. They're like, I feel like this is the best TBR pile I've had this whole year, actually, for reals. I'm just gonna start with the first book that I've been reading. Like, I started it last night, and it is Sleep Smarter by Sean Stevenson. This book, actually, I did buy because I am reading it in my Keto motivation group. It's our read and discuss for this month of November. Last month, I read The Sleep Solution, and I really, really liked that. It was super funny, but I heard really great things about this book. Everyone's talking about how they're listening to it on Audible, and it's just amazing. So I decided to get this copy. We're doing it as our read and discuss. I'll have that link to the group down below in case you're interested in reading and discussing, or maybe you eat keto and you want to go ahead and join that for those reasons. But yeah, I'm still in like the introduction, like page 25, and it's amazing. Like, I could have like finished this already, but I'm trying to pace myself out because I'll have to go back and reread for the discussion if I read it all right now. But it does include a 14-day plan. But I just really, I don't know. It's a very easy read so far. I feel like his story is very intriguing, so it makes me want to keep reading because of all the things that he's done to like heal himself and how sleep is a huge part of that. So if you are interested in fixing your sleep, definitely get this book. I'm really liking this one. Okay, the next book that I have is When the Lights Go Out by Mary Kubica. I have only read one other book by her, and it was The Good Girl, I believe. It was a couple months ago, and I actually really did like that. I felt like the ending fell a little short, so I think I only gave it 4 stars. But this, I think, is her newest book that's come out, and it came in from the library, actually. I was waiting for it on hold, and so of course it came in when I had all these other books already. So I'm definitely gonna try and read it. That way I don't have to wait for it again. This book is about a girl that her mother is sick, and after taking care of her for so many years, she wants to kind of like rebuild her life, go back to college, all this kind of stuff. So she has to fill out all these forms, and her social security number came up with like a red flag. And I guess it's that she doesn't remember this like past life that she lived in, or I don't know, her identity got stolen. I don't know, it's something like that. Super crazy. I'm not exactly sure. It's like 20 years earlier and 250 miles away, another woman's split second decision may hold the key to Jess's secret past. So super crazy. Like, this, I just want to read it and know right now, like right now. And I mean, look how beautiful that cover is. Like, look at those colors, beautiful. So the next book on my list is The Cabin at the End of the World. I actually haven't heard many things about this, but in my book club, we have something called like book voyages. And so people can add their books to kind of like our book club library. So I saw that this book was added, and it just seemed a little intriguing. It's like a psychological suspense slash a little apocalyptic kind of book. But I guess it's about this like 7-year-old that this like group of, I don't know, cultish people come up, and tell her that she needs to come and like help save the world with them. I don't know. It sounds literally me just saying those words out of my mouth, like it sounds kind of weird and crazy, but I'm kind of excited to read this, so I'll have to see. I'll have to read a little bit more reviews about this one, but I don't know, it just, the cover and everything, like I'm just a cover girl, like what is this right now? But that just looks like a really good book. But it has a lot of really good blurbs on the back, so I'm intrigued. It says it has like a Cloverfield, like 10 Cloverfield Lane kind of vibe, and I did really like that movie. So the next book on my list is Cross Her Heart by Sarah Pinborough. She's the author of Behind Her Eyes, which I actually read a couple of years ago, and I remember really liking that book. I'm pretty sure I gave it like 4 or 5 stars. I was just blown away by the ending. Like it was just something that I never would have thought about. Super crazy. So when I saw this book for Book of the Month, I decided to pick it up because, I mean, psychological thrillers are like my thing. I'm obsessed with them. So this one follows a single mother that has a teenage daughter, and the single mother is very like overprotective and, you know, just doesn't go back out to date or anything like that. And the daughter, I guess, has a secret of her own, and I think is like dating a older man probably. And so it goes along with this whole story of, I guess, the mom finds out and this daughter is in danger, obviously. So I'm very intrigued by this story. It sounds like it's going to be like a very fast-paced story, so I can't wait to pick this up. I hope it's as good as her other book. Then I have on Walle by Neil Shusterman. I actually read the first book in this series called Unwind a couple years ago, and I really liked it, and I keep like not picking up this second story, so I'm going to try and read it this month. Like I just need to finish the series. I'm terrible at series, in case any of you didn't know that. Like I am the worst person at reading series, so this is definitely on my list to try and finish. This book is kind of a dystopian book where in this world you can't have an abortion, but you can actually choose to unwind your child between the ages of like, I can't remember, 12 and 17 or something like that. And what unwinding means is that they take you apart and donate all your organs to, or not even organs, but like body parts and everything to someone that needs them. So a lot of people think that it's kind of like a good thing or a charity thing. So if you have like a son or a daughter that's like causing trouble and running away or doing drugs or I don't know, things like that, then you make a decision as a parent to have them unwound. And it's, the first book was just super crazy because they actually had an in-depth, like it was written in depth about the unwinding process, and whoa, like it blew my mind. I was very like, I couldn't the rest of the day, like I just could not stop thinking about it. So be very cautious about that, because if you're not into, like, it's not like it was like, I don't know, it wasn't like blood and gory. It was just very a disturbing thing to read about. So this just follows the whole story of the characters from the first book. I'm not exactly sure what happens in this book, but I won't go into more depth just because in case you haven't read the first book, like I don't want to have any spoilers. And I have this Baby Teeth book on my list. I actually got this from the library before, waited for it to come in hold, got it, didn't get a chance to read it, waited for it again, so this is the second time I got it. And I don't know why I'm not just like picking it up right now, because it's one of those books where like I just want to read it right now, but I don't know. It's so hard for me to just decide on what book because there's so many that I want to read right now. This I heard about is such a great psychological thriller. This is about a 7-year-old daughter who doesn't speak and actually seems to kind of be like a devil child. Supposedly the mom is super scared of her, like she thinks this daughter is going to kill her, but the dad thinks that the mom is crazy because the daughter only shows like love and devotion to him. So this like, I don't know, it sounds really scary because if you think about it, like it sounds like a horror movie. I don't know, but I'm just super intrigued by this because I hope that I get kind of like scary vibes from like the mom's point of view. I'm very excited because there's a lot of people in life where yeah, they have a sweet disposition, but they're actually like really mean to a lot of people. But yeah, coming from a 7-year-old, like crazy. I actually won this book on Goodreads. It's Understanding the Holy Spirit Today, a biblical perspective of God's power in action. This is just a tiny book, so I'm just going to make it a quick read for this month, kind of do maybe like a little Bible study with it or something like that. I don't know much about it. Like I said, I just won it, and because of it being more of like a Bible devotion thing, it's not really like it has a synopsis. I love the cover. I think it's beautiful, and I'm hoping that, you know, maybe there's just a few things that I can get out of it. Then I want to try and get to this book this month. I actually won this as a giveaway book as well, and so I'm very excited because I don't even know if this book, I think it might have just gotten released, but this is like a psychological thriller. This woman kind of wakes up. She's still kind of like in a coma. She can hear people, but she can't speak or move or see anybody. So she's kind of like in this like middle ground world coma thingy. I know, I'm just great at, you know, describing books. Hats off to me, but and so she's kind of like remembering why she's there or what happened to get her in this coma, and I guess it's something to do with maybe her husband's cheating on her with her sister and just all these like bad things, but I cannot wait. And this is actually kind of a smaller book. It's not, I mean, I guess the words are a little small. It's about 300 pages, a little less than that. So I'm hoping that this is a fast read, and I'm hoping it's fantastic. I'm gonna buddy read it with a few of my book club friends. Now, this is a book that was recommended to me. It's Sadie, and this is a young adult thriller, if I'm not mistaken, and I think you're supposed to like listen to it along with a podcast or something like that, or maybe it's like a podcast inside. I've just been hearing really good things about this, and so one of my friends sent it to me and said, you know, that I would probably like it. This is an advanced reader's copy, so it doesn't have like the actual synopsis in here for me to read, and I don't remember quite what it's about, other than I think this girl disappears and they're trying to like figure out the story behind it. So that's where like the podcast comes in, because it's like a podcast that's happening right now when they're trying to just have people call in or say if they know any information. Correct me if I'm wrong, that might be totally not what this book is about, I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure that this girl is missing, and it's like the story or mystery behind it, and then it's written in like a podcast type of way. I'm not sure, but hey, it's a thriller. I'll probably like it. And last but not least, I have Tear Me Apart. This is actually a pretty big book. This did get sent to me by one of my book club friends as well. This is about a girl that has an injury. I think she was like competing in something, and she has an injury, and then she finds out that she was diagnosed with leukemia, and so they have to do like this whole, I don't know, tests and stuff like that, and they find out that her parents actually aren't her real parents. So it goes behind the whole like suspense aspect of that, and how in the world did like that happen? I guess switched at birth type of thing, I guess. But I'm excited about reading this. I think the cover is very intriguing. But it is a huge book, so I hope it's not one of those stories that lasts a long time and then doesn't have as great of a thriller ending. That is all for my TBR for November. I need to get reading because I really haven't started reading any of those, even though I'm super excited to. If you have read any of these books, let me know in the comments how you liked them. I would love to hear your review, what you thought about it, and if there's any certain books that you think that I would love to read, drop them down below as well, because I would love to get recommendations. I love when people recommend me such great like thriller books, dystopian books, all that kind of stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will see you all in my next video, and also for my 25 days of Christmas. Bye guys.